Hi everybody, welcome to Good Groceries with Tiffany. We have another quarantine cooking recipe for you. We are going to be frying some catfish. So I had some fresh catfish and I'll show you what we did with it. We marinated it a little earlier and I'll show you what we did. All right, so this is our prep work before we fry our catfish. I have 3 pounds of catfish fillets here, and I'm going to season it and get it ready and marinate it in the refrigerator for a couple of hours before we fry it. So let's get started. I have some Creole seasoning here, and no need to measure. You can sprinkle on however much you want. And remember, we are going to use seasoned cornmeal, so you don't want to overdo it with your fish. You don't want it to be too salty. So I have some Creole seasoning, a little bit of seasoning salt, some garlic powder, some paprika. That's going to give it a pretty color and add a little bit of smokiness, and some black pepper. A lot of black pepper. We like black pepper. And the secret ingredient, ranch dressing. And so we're going to squirt some in here. I'd say it's probably about 1/4 a cup, maybe to a little less than 1/2 a cup. Just want it to be good and saucy. All right, clean hands and just get in here and rub it all around. Make sure all the fish gets coated with this good seasoning mixture. So we're back. Our fish has been marinating for about 2 hours. And then I have my seasoned cornmeal here. And I just wanted to show you what we put in there. The same exact seasonings that we put on our fish is what we have in our yellow cornmeal here. Black pepper, paprika, seasoned salt, Creole seasoning, garlic powder. And this is for this right here. All right, so we're gonna put this to the side. Put that to the side. And I'll show you what we are going to be having as our side today with our fried catfish. So we've been eating kind of heavy in our home. So I thought tonight, you know what? If we're gonna fry fish, we're just gonna have a vegetable. We don't need grits, we don't need rice, we don't need a carb with it because we have fried catfish. So I have about 2 pounds, 2.5 pounds of broccoli crowns that I've chopped up into nice bite-sized pieces. And I'm going to lightly coat it with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. And that's just going to give it some crispness. We're actually going to roast this in the oven and have roasted broccoli spears. And this seasoning is my favorite seasoning on broccoli, Montreal chicken. I like to do things with my hands. It's easier. So we're just going to lightly toss it together, get everything nice and coated with the seasoning and the olive oil. And we're going to put it on a cookie sheet and roast it in the oven on 375. We lost one. Get back here. On 375 for about 10 or 15 minutes. And the broccoli crown is going to get crispy. It's going to be almost like a broccoli chip. So we have our broccoli all spread out, making sure it's nice and even. And then we're going to go over to the oven, pop it in the oven, 375 for about 15 minutes. Let's fry some fish. All right, we're ready to fry our fish. Just wanted to show you a little trick, a little tip. When you're frying fish or something that may have an odor in your home, I like to boil some lemongrass oil in a little bit of water. Just get it a nice simmer and it will actually permeate the home and help absorb the odors of the fish. If your fish is really fresh, it shouldn't smell like fish too badly, but if it does, this will actually help while you're frying the fish. So let's get frying. So we have our oil here. We have canola oil. If you'd like to use peanut oil, you can use peanut oil. My son has a peanut allergy, so we're going with just canola oil. If you have Crisco, whatever you have. Again, this is quarantine cooking. This is what I have, and this is what we're going with. So we have our seasoned cornmeal here that we season with Creole Seasoning, black pepper, garlic powder, paprika, seasoned salt. Yum, goody. And we have our marinated fish that we have been marinating for 2 hours in ranch dressing and the same seasonings that we have in our dredge. So we'll go ahead and get started. I like to use my hands. If you don't like to use your hands, you can use tongs, but I like to use my hands. So we're gonna get in here and we wanna kind of pat that coating on, get it nice and crispy. Your oil should be between 350 and 360. I like to fry in small batches. If you have a deep fryer, by all means, help yourself. But I like to just kind of like hold it in there, then drop it. Let's go in for another piece. Always drop it away from you, and we'll just let that fry. All right, so it's been about 6 minutes and our catfish is frying. I've already taken one out. Let's take this bad boy out. Look at that. And look at the crunch on there. It's nice and golden brown, cooked all the way through. Delicious. Let's come. And we're gonna have catfish and roasted broccoli, folks. All right, so we've just taken our broccoli out of the oven. I did flip it about halfway through. Look at those crunchy, good bits of broccoli. That's so good. We have some catfish on our plate. I'm gonna plate up some broccoli. And let's go in for a taste, ladies and gentlemen. So good. All the flavors come through without drowning out the actual flavor of the catfish. Everything works in perfect balance together. Let's go in for the broccoli. Crunchy. Ooh, it's almost like broccoli chips. It tastes so good. And you can taste the seasoning, but the broccoli is still crunchy, still maintaining its nutrients by not overcooking it and killing it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what's for dinner tonight. I hope you make this recipe. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share, and thank you for watching Good Groceries with Tiffany. God bless.